us another video of Dead by Daylight. My name is Cubeproductions. Today we're using Skull Merchant, as always. Well, this time we have to suffer, and I don't mean this type of suffering.
I have no soul.
We're talking about using low power mode. I know, disgusting. Because a viewer by the name of, I believe, Kike, I don't know. He has said, would you use low power mode? And this is the day where we're using low power mode because I hate low power mode. But I'm going to use it just for y'all. So because of this reason, we're going to pair it off with geographical readout, which will make us do every single action speed bonus 2% faster. We are also going to be using brutal shrimp, which does the exact same thing, except for vaulting windows. We're then going to pair it with Devourer of Hope. The reason why we're using Devourer of Hope is because of the fact that we want to actually be useful in this build, because low power mode is just so terrible that we need at least one perk that will let us actually be able to win the game. After that, we're using Scourge Japan Resonance, because of course we can't have a Storm Merchant video without using Gen Defense, because without Gen Defense, you lose. Now, the last perk you're going to be seeing me use is Game of Foot, but I actually changed Game of Foot for a whole different perk later on in the video. I changed it for Dissolution because what happened was I played a match with this build and got completely obliterated because the whole point of the idea I had was I'll chase the obsession, and then because of my 40% my 40% action speed bonus, I'll be able to break the pallet as fast as possible, gain the 5% haste buff, and continue. But I never found the obsession in all my games because they always were hiding, or they were like the last person I found, and the generators went by too fast. So I was like, yep. I'm not going to use Game of Foot, and I changed it for Dissolution because Dissolution always works. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any builds you want to see, just let me know in the comments. Also, at the time of posting this video, I believe it is one day after the Skull Merchant PTB. So if you have anything you want to say about that, because I can't play it because I'm on console, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the first game of the video. Let's get straight to it. Okay, for in the first game of the video, we're playing on Dead Dawg Saloon, an actual really good map for Skull Merchant, too bad we're using low power mode. Now, I never actually explained to y'all what low power mode does, so let me explain by showing you. When you put down a drone, the drone will only go in one direction, as usual, but the problem is the drone doesn't rotate. Now, if you watched my videos before, you know, for a second, break that super fast. Because you watched my videos before, you know that sometimes there's a glitch in the game where Skull Merchant drones do not actually rotate at all. That glitch happens randomly. But this is an actual feature. Low power mode now makes that where your drones do not rotate at all. Also, I accidentally found the girl who has no mother, kind of funny. But the problem is when the drones don't rotate, that means survivors can go inside really annoying loops, and basically they can be really annoying, and the drone won't rotate, so you cannot actually chase them or slow them down with the drone. And so you have to rely solely on low power mode's drone acting as planned and being in the one direction and hoping the one direction actually saves you. But the problem is, like I said before, in certain maps and certain situations, it's really good. Like, for example, we can put a drone looking at that pallet in the shack, and also a drone looking at the window. We also can put a drone on the side of the sim right here, so if she goes on the other side, she automatically gets scanned. Now you're probably wondering, Cubeproductions, how did that drone scan her when she wasn't even looking at it? That's because of something called look tech, which I'll explain. If a survivor is looking at a drone that's in stealth mode when you're chasing them and y'all looking at each other, the drone will automatically scan them no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's low power mode or not, or if it is in normal active mode. As long as they're looking at the drone when you first place it down, it will scan them automatically. It is a really kind of hard tech to pull off because it's not really reliant on the killer, meaning Skull Merchant, me. Is relying on the survivor making a mistake and not knowing what look tech is, which is why that drone scanned her. I'm going to go back towards the generator, the hook, because I want to try and at least get the other girl off the stuff from healing her. But luckily for me, she runs, Leon actually runs right in front of me, so I'm going to try and hit him with my claw. As you can see, I'm using a really interesting skin. In every video, I try and change my skin unless I really like a skin, then I'll keep it. But I really hope they give Skull Merchant some more costumes. I noticed that they kind of gave her a bunch in 3 months, and then they kind of just stopped. So I kind of hope they give her some more, because for example, there's this green hair that she has on one of her skins that's literally awful. I mean, the green hair looks terrible. My hair color is green, but there's not a single skin in the entire Skull Merchant costume that will look good with that green hair. So I kind of hope they give her a new outfit that can match with some of her other outfits. A lot of people really like this. I missed, by the way. A lot of people really like, I don't know why he teabagged, by the way. He's like, you missed. I'm like, okay. But then you downed in 4 seconds, so what's the point in teabagging? But anyway, a lot of people like this Skull Merchant skin where she, her helmet is kind of broken like a gas mask, kind of like a kaiju in a way. Not like a kaiju, but it's horns on it. I hate that skin. I think it's like her worst helmet, and everyone loves it. Some reason why I don't like it, but I see a lot of people saying they like it a lot. I personally don't like it, but I might try and make a video with it because honestly, I don't really use that costume very much. So being able to use it might actually be kind of interesting for a video. Right here is, I keep hooking around as much as possible. Right here is gonna try and disable my drone. Even if you touch the drone and it moves in a certain direction, it doesn't matter if it's set in one direction, it locks in that direction. You cannot move it. The only way to move the drone literally is if you're using the the add-on low power mode and the add-on prototype rotor, which will spin the drone longer. Well, to make the drone spin 10% faster. So if the drone's spin decreased by 100%, that's 0. But if you're making it spin 10% faster, that's 10. So the drone is now moving 10% faster, which means it's moving super, super slow. And it's not going to move at all, basically. It's really, really slow. I think I have a video actually of me using, I don't remember what the video is called, but he looked in my playlist of many Skull Merchant videos. You'll see it. I hear a girl who's injured, and that's because that's the girl on the hook. But I'm trying to go after Leon, who's already injured, or a different survivor. But the problem is, I don't know what survivor to go after yet. So I'm going to go after the Claudette because I don't want her to see my drone. Now, I'm going to wait on purpose until they rescue her. Right here, I kind of just missed. I was going to swing, but like I said, I was trying to wait until they actually rescue her off the hook. That way I can get my third stack of the Rare Hope. I'm surprised the Claudette wasn't actually aware of this. She should have been aware of it, but she never really even realized. But then once I finally get my third stack, I thought she can go towards the pallet, but she actually goes back up here, and then I obliterate her. So as a result, we're going to hook her on the hook, and she's going to be exposed, and every single survivor is now going to be exposed, basically. And that's the whole point of the build, because low power mode is basically awful, that I have to figure out a way how to use it without it being, you know, terrible. Now, there are some really good benefits to low power mode. The good thing about low power mode is, like I said, you can put it in a certain area. If you know survivors are going to be in that area, they will get hit by low power mode. Simple. The only way to dodge it is to crouch or to not move at all. But the problem is you can't not move in low power mode because low power mode only stays in one spot. So you would have to you would literally have to crouch, get up from crouching, and not move. That's the only way to dodge it. But low power mode is really good because, like I said, you can keep it in one spot. So as you can see, if they were to go at the corner and that drone could see them through the wall, it would hit them. If they could go through the window, the drone would see them and hit them. Great. The issue, however, is the fact that once it's done being in that spot, it's kind of useless. So right here, Leon's going to try and use every single pallet to try and basically keep his life. And I'm like, that's fine. But the problem is, once I get my fifth stack, all I have to do is hook him and he dies. I mean, not hook him, sorry. All I have to do is mori him and he dies. It's kind of funny, though, because I realized at the end of this, he's dead on hooks. I technically could have just hooked him and won the game. But instead, I'll purposely wait for her at the fifth stack, and then we're going to mori him. A really rare thing you see with Skull Merchant. You never see her mori ever, because I don't bring Memento Moris, and also I barely use Debar Hope. Bloodshed. Now, because he's dead, we're going to scan his body, even if you can't see it because it's grass everywhere. And then we're going to try and go after the next survivor. Because of the fact they're clock trap, I can see exactly where they are. Their only issue is the fact that I don't have a brown or generator, so they're not oblivious. But what I can do is I can finally go towards my totem again, just to make sure that no one's working on it. And instead, Claudette's right here, and she's like, and then she gets killed. And then I'm going after Sable just because of the fact that I do want to make sure Sable doesn't do my drone. I mean, my drone. My totem. If Sable was doing my totem, if Sable wasn't near my totem or she didn't see it, I wouldn't try and go after her. But because of the fact that I think she saw it, I have to kill her. So then we're going to scan Sable. And Scorpions like, oh, my next victim. I like it. This is actually a really cool shot. I should make a thumbnail of this. That was cool. So, blue, and blue, and then she dies. That's funny. But anyway, that was the second kill. Third kill, easy. We're gonna go after the what's it called? The Claudette, and murder her before he sees my totem, and life is great. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm only doing one game. I'm just kidding. I did 2 games with this because I was gonna use one game because I didn't know how well I was gonna do with this add-on, because this add-on is so hard to use. It literally is so hard to use. It has so many benefits, but it has so many more disadvantages. And as a result, I just said to myself, I really don't want to make this video, but a viewer requested it and he asked me, so I have to do it. And that's how my channel works. I knew the last girl was gonna get the hatch. I didn't even try. And look what happens. He literally instantly gets the hatch, and she's like, I'm out. So because of that reason, we're going to the next game where I'll see y'all in hopefully a good match. Because I don't know where the hatch was, but I knew she was going to get it. Because the hatch spawns in like the most obvious spots in this map, and it's so easy to see. So it's really, really easy for the survivor to get it, unless I like am automatically right next to it, which never happens. So yeah. But anyway, of course, this arena had a brand new part, and she only had no mithril. I'm like, okay, this is the one time where I can justify bringing her a brand new part. You didn't have any perks besides one, and you only brought that, and you only brought a toolbox with the Gen Speed add-on and the brand new part. I can't really be mad. But anyway, let's go to the next game so I can show you how great and bad low power mode is. Okay, playing on Nostromo Wreckage. I actually like this map with Storm Merchant a lot. The only problem is we're using a build that has a totem, and the totem can spawn in really good and bad parts on this map. Like every time I played this map, the totem is always spawned in a good part. Now you're gonna see where the totem spawned this time, and you're gonna cry with me because I was like, what? But anyway, right here, I hit this girl, and I'm like, where'd she go? Thinking she's gonna go towards the pallet, and she's like, I give up. And I'm like, yep, that's Storm Merchant for you. Can't even get hit with you literally get hit slightly, and you give up. And so, oh, never mind, she's wiggling. She's not gonna give up. And then, yeah, as expected. So I want to hook her on this hook because, you know, why not? And then it hit me. Wait a minute, that is my totem. I was really unaware that my totem was there, and I kind of messed up the game for myself because of the fact that I literally didn't know my totem was there because I wasn't paying attention. So as a result, the survivor can easily go for the unhook if they even want to, because some people don't even unhook bots. But the survivor can easily go for the unhook, and then they can what's it called? Just get my totem, which makes me kind of sad. Now, I realized something kind of similar to what I talked about in the last video where I said drone door tech, where you put a drone next to a door, the drone will take precedence, and the the survivor will have to do the drone instead of doing the exit gate door. So I'm gonna try and do something similar with this with this totem, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then we got a problem. So I'm gonna try and hook this girl, and I also am gonna try and go after that Kate, because the Kate knows my totem is there, and I can't let her do my totem because the whole point of this build is to try and use Devour Hope, because if I can't use Power Mode, I might as well use something that actually is consistent and works. So I'm gonna try and put a drone right next to the totem. I'm gonna try and get rid of one of my drones and put it over here because of the fact that I need to make sure the totem gets protected. So I'm hoping if I put a drone right on the side of this totem, the survivor has to do the totem first. Now they're probably not gonna work because they actually a long time ago they changed totems where you actually can you can do a totem on any side. So as long as they go on the side of the totem, they can do the totem. They don't have to actually do it right where the drone is. So I'm gonna try and go after the Kate. I'm pretty sure the Kate is the one that rescued her, but instead I can't find the Kate. So I'm like, okay. Then a random wild Jake appears and he gets scanned by a drone, even though he literally can use his eyes and clearly see the drones there, but he still finds a way to get scanned by it. And then yeah. Speaking of the game scanned by, like I said at the beginning of the game, I changed Game of Hood for Dissolution. Dissolution, you're going to see a lot of value actually in this game. So that's the reason why I changed it, because I realized I need perks that actually work really well, and then also going to use low power mode. I tried putting a drone out there, but I have a drone already close to it, so I can't do that. So I'm going to put a drone right here just in case they try to go towards that palette. To be completely honest, I could have definitely and should have definitely put my drones in better spots. Right here, I knew the girl was at the palette. I mean, at the totem, because of the fact that my drone went up. So I'm trying to chase her. As you can see, I purposely put a drone right at that pallet. That way she would try and do it, like try and loop me there, and then proceed to get scanned. I'm putting a drone back over here because I want to make sure I get my Devour Hope, at least get some value out of the perk, because I want to get at least like one down with it. As you can see, survivors doing gens left and right. The only problem with this map is kind of a big map, so I kind of have to I kind of don't really have an ability to put my drones in good locations because I kind of have this issue called my low power mode, which means I can't move the drone. So I kind of have to just put it in a certain spot and pray it works. Like right here. I don't know why this worked, but this guy went towards the only pallet that had the drone. First he gets scanned by a drone that's nowhere near him. Then he goes to the only pallet that has a drone, and then drops it and gets scanned multiple times. I don't know why he did that. Like, he literally had a speed buff, and he could have went to any other pallet, but he purposely stopped and then went to that one. And then he got down. I'm not complaining. I'm just confused. So right here, I'm going back towards my totem, because I have a strange feeling that Kate is going to be on it. And lo and behold, she is not. So I'm hoping that she just gets deterred from even trying to do the totem, and we'll just hop on gens instead. I'm also hoping they rescue that guy. That way I can get my scroll trick pin resonance. I see scratch marks, so I know they're either running towards the unhook or they're going to go towards a gen. They're going towards the unhook, but because of the fact that I do not want to go too close to the hook, that way I get my token, I purposely don't go that close to it. Then I'm going to go towards it again with my untouchable stats effect, and now I should be able to sneak up on the survivors and be able to get a free down. The issue is they're smart and they actually run away, except for this girl who I thought would drop this pallet, but she doesn't, and you know what's gonna happen. Obliterated. Now, at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hook her, get one more stack, and life is great because of the fact that that girl's not doing my totem, and I have a drone right there that will protect it. Life is great. So I'm gonna put her on the score trick. It is so far away, by the way, from everything else. And then I'm gonna hook her, and my totem gets obliterated, and then she gets claw trapped immediately. So which means that she literally was crouching and purposely did the drone and did the totem, and then proceeded to get claw trap. So she's smart and she knows what she's doing. So I can't even be mad. But it just sucks because now I don't have the perk anymore. But because I'm tracking her with my claw trap, or with my radar, I can see that she's gonna go to the right and not look behind her. So I can catch her off guard by going down here. Now there is a pallet right here, but luckily we're playing on the Nostromo wreckage where the pallet is in a really weird spot where like it's kind of hard for her to see me. So if I loop this correctly, she's gonna have a hard time actually winning. There are many tiles that look just like this, honestly, but because of this little tiny opening right here next to the pallet, I actually can catch her off guard and hook her right here. Well, hit her right here. Now we're gonna hook her in the middle of the on the right side. I was gonna put her on the score choke, but because the pile was right there, I kind of just messed myself up, and I'm not gonna have enough time to actually hook her. So we're gonna have to hook her here. I still have 3 score choke pin resonances just in case. And then this is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't understand survivors. The survivors are the ones. I'm not saying all survivors like this, but it's like the ones that complain about the skull merchant's power being too strong are the ones that run into the drone when the drone literally doesn't move. We're playing with a low power mode on. The drone isn't moving. How do you run into it? I don't get it. And then he gets claw trapped, and now he is gonna get injured and die. But it's just so funny because it's like, how do you get hit by this? So by the way, in my opinion, that did not hit him, but for some reason the game was like, yes. So I'm happy. But it makes me just so not mad, but it makes me just so like confused, because how do you get injured by drones when the drone is seeable, meaning you have the ability to see it, it's not moving because low power mode, and you know you're playing against skull merchants, so you know there's drones. Like, how do you even? I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense to me, but that's how survivors work, apparently. And then skull merchant gets completely just, like, nerfed to the ground because of the survivor's mistake, making it sense. But anyway, speaking of that, like I said at the beginning of the video, if you have been playing the PTB, let me know in the comments how it is. I've been seeing some videos, like, for example, like I said, I don't expect it to be, like, even though it's a complete nerf, I don't expect it to be insanely terrible because of the fact that, if you're a good skull merchant, you still have the ability to just win. If you're a bad skull merchant and who relies on, I don't know. I don't really know, because the main thing that makes me happy about it is you can use your drones and it kind of has more skill expression. Like, in my opinion, if you have enough skill to play skull merchant, the nerf really doesn't mean anything. The main problem with the nerf is the fact that the hinder is 5% instead of 10%. So basically, it's a worse clown, if not just a bloodlust, but it's bad, because if you have a 5% hinder, you have 5% hinder, right? But you also have bloodlust, then it's the same thing. 5% hinder for a survivor or 5% speed buff for you is basically the same thing. The second problem I have is, I don't know why this guy's looping this pad, by the way, when it's clearly a claw trap. I missed my hit, and then he runs straight towards the claw trap again, and he's gonna die. Because no matter where he goes, this solution is gonna activate and break the pallet, so we're good. But like I was saying, and then I hear someone beside me, like, who's this? And it's the K trying to go for a flash. I say, no, not today. So I'm gonna hit her and make her go away, and now we're gonna hook the Drake. But like I was saying, I knew it was gonna be a nerf, of course, because it's a nerf. But like, if you're really good with skull merchant, it shouldn't be that bad. It's gonna be terrible and feel terrible, especially because there's no competition buffs. But it won't be that bad. But one thing I will say though is, if they just make the hinder 10% again, I think it's fine. The problem is they're not gonna probably do that, because they're not gonna probably do that. But if they make the hinder 10%, or they give her back the speed buff and make the hinder 5% still, I'm fine with that. Just do either or. The problem is they're not gonna do that. Or what they should have done is if the survivor's claw trapped, then you get the speed buff. But if they're actually on the radar, you don't get the speed buff. That's what they should have done, but they're not gonna do that either. Literally one of those three changes I just said is perfectly fine, but normal behavior, not gonna do anything, and they're gonna just completely nerf the killer. But there is something I have found out / I have an idea for, and if you're watching this video and you have the ability to play the PTB, please try it out and then come back to my video and comment saying how it worked. So, when Scorpion first came out, literally, I mean, like first got released, she had a iridescent add-on. No, I lied. She had an add-on that I believe was a very rare add-on that was purple called Expired Batteries, which it then eventually made into an iridescent add-on. And what the add-on did was it made it so that way all survivors start the game with claw traps on them, but the claw trap battery life is 50%. This is useful because you could basically see the aura, see the location of all survivors. But at that time, whenever survivor had a claw trap on them, they couldn't get any SAS effects like they would from now. Then they eventually reworked Spell Merchant and they made it so that way expired batteries now just gives you an additional speed buff, but your claw trap battery life is still 50%. And then they made it so that way, if a survivor's claw trap, they get SAS effects on them. Now, they changed expired batteries again. The reason why they changed it is because, like I said before, it gave you a haste buff, but they're getting rid of all haste buffs. They're getting rid of all the haste for Scrum Merchant, so they had to change expired batteries. If I remember correctly, I think I read the patch correctly. They buffed expired batteries by giving it this effect. As part of the game, like before, every single survivor is going to be claw trapped, just like before. But the battery life of the claw trap is 50%, which is bad. But then they gave it a buff, where now every time you were to claw trap a survivor, the claw trap timer goes from 50% to 100%, which is the normal speed, to 150%, maxing out at 150%. That means the third time you were to claw trap a survivor, it will last even longer than before, which is really good, especially when you combine this with the add-on Supercharge. You can claw trap survivors for extremely long times and basically keep them broken for a long time. But that's not the reason why I'm talking about this change. The main reason why I'm talking about the change is, like I said before, at the beginning of the game, every single survivor's claw trap. And what do a lot of her add-ons do? They make it so that way if a survivor's claw trap, they get a SAS effect. So now you can literally start the game off by basically being a worse Freddy by making it so that way all the survivors are instantly claw trapped at the beginning of the game and oblivious if you have the brown nose generator add-on. Not to mention, they also get hindered every time they're claw trapped. And in case you don't know, whenever survivors claw trapped and they get hit by a drone, their claw trap timer resets. So technically, you can start the game off by making every single survivor claw trapped and then keep hindering them over and over again and try and get them down. And because they're technically healthy, even though they're going to be injured, even though they're going to be claw trapped, they still would, they still would be slowed down because they're claw trapped technically. So basically, like I said, you can start the game off with a radar read and oblivious for the entire team, which is really strong. Now, I'm pretty sure, like I said before, I play on console, so I don't have the ability to test this out. But if someone's watching this video and can try and test it out for me, that would be great. Or if someone already has tested that out and see if it works or not, I'm pretty sure it works. Like I said, you're claw trapped, so in theory, it should work. Now, I'm done my rambling. The reason why this video is so long is because of the fact that for like the last 7 minutes, the survivor just hid because they didn't want to die. So I'm going to fast forward, I'm going to cut to where I found a survivor, and you're going to find a survivor, you're going to see exactly how I felt once I found a survivor. So I was looking at every single gen constantly. I couldn't figure out where the survivors were at, so I eventually went towards this gen again, and I kicked it. And then I was looking around, I'm like, okay, I can't find a survivor, where's she at? Maybe locker? Who knows? And then I'm not mad or anything, because literally in situations like this, the best way to win is to literally do gens and hide. So I was looking around for her, and I couldn't find her, but then I turned my head and went, wait a minute, what was that? And then I see her hiding right next to the hook. And the only reason why I saw her was not because of her. It was literally because I saw the blood on the ground. I didn't hear her. I didn't see her. I just saw the blood. And because I saw the blood, I turned back and I said, wait a minute. And I hit her. That Kate honestly hit in a really good spot and did really well. It was just the blood. And it's so funny because I didn't even see her until that last second. And because of that last little hint, with that last little blood, I realized the last second that was her. And it's funny because then right after I find the Kate, I try and find the next girl, and I put a drone down because I'm untouchable, And then I go towards this area over here, and I'm sorry, I thought I put a drone down, but instead I just run over here, and she's just right here, and I'm like, what? So you mean this entire time y'all been hiding like the weirdest spots? But then I cut out about like 5 minutes of me looking around for the survivors, and like I said, I don't get mad or anything. Like I've seen streamers, and well, I kind of understand like you're streaming and survivors hiding for 10+ minutes, and they're not advancing the game out. I can understand, but I don't really get mad because eventually I'm gonna find you, and yeah. And I know you can't do gens, so you're gonna die. And if they do die, thanks to the 1 hour long timer that the game has now, then they'll die on their own because their own mistakes. They won't die because of me, which is kind of funny. But anyway, that was the last survivor. We're gonna hook her on a hook. Luckily, she didn't try and struggle because this is the first hook. Oh, this is the closest hook to me, but like it's kind of far. She wasn't gonna make it, but it's just the fact that she didn't even struggle at all because she realized she was going to die. And that was the game, and that was also the video. If you liked the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments how PTB feels, and if you have any comments, of course, regarding this game, just let me know. Also, I'm blind. I thought the hatch was down here or something like that, but it was literally to the left, right next to this window, so I'm kind of mad. But anyway, yeah, if you love the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I read every single comment, and thank you, Kiki, for even suggesting me to even use this. Well, I don't think he really suggested. He was like, "Why aren't you using this add-on?" And here we are. I use it just for you. You're welcome. And yeah, I hope y'all have a really good day. Any more bills, let me know in the comments. I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day.